In today's video, I'm going to show you how to dual boot macOS on your Mac. The first thing we need to do is to allocate storage space on our Mac so we can install a second copy of macOS. To do this, we are first going to open the application called Disk Utility, and it will look like this. If you look on the left hand side menu, here you see all of the available storage volumes on your Mac, and the Macintosh HD, which is the one they're interested in today, is the internal storage built into your Mac. Now if we click on the drop down menu next to it, here you'll see two volumes, or maybe more. The first one, which is Macintosh HD, is explicitly used for the installation of macOS, which cannot be touched. And the second volume here is data, which is explicitly used for data that you put on your Mac, for example the files in your documents folder, downloads folder, and applications you install. What we are looking to do today is to create a new volume inside of our internal storage device that we can install a second copy of macOS on. So to do this, we first want to click on the Macintosh HD drive at the top, which is the root volume, and then you want to select the plus button above the volume option, and then you want to go ahead and give your new volume a name. So for the example of this video, I'm going to call it test volume. Underneath you see your formatting options, and by default is APFS. However, if you want to encrypt this volume, you can select from any of these other options. However, for this video, I'm going to choose the default option, and once you're ready, you want to select add. Now it's going to add that new volume to your hard drive. And once it's ready, we're going to select done. And now you should see it listed here in the left hand side menu. The way volumes work is by sharing the total disk space. So for example, I've just created this second volume, which is going to share the total available space with the rest of the system. So as you can see here in the Macintosh hard drive, I have 201 gigabytes available. So if I go to my test volume, that's also going to be using the 201 gigabytes that is free. So now we've created our second volume, we just need to go ahead and install macOS onto it. So to do this, we first want to exit out of Disk Utility, and then we just need to go ahead and shut down our Mac. So to do this, we're going to select the Apple logo in the top left hand corner, and then select Shutdown, and then in the pop-up menu, we're going to select Shutdown. Now we've shut down the Mac, we just need to go ahead and boot it up into recovery mode. So to do this, we're first going to press and hold the power button, and we are going to keep pressing and holding the power button until the message below the Apple button says loading startup options. Now we can release. Once we are booted inside the startup options, we want to select the options button and select continue. And after a few seconds, we have now booted into the macOS recovery mode. So from here, you want to go ahead and select an admin profile and select next. And then you want to go ahead and enter in the password to sign into that profile. And once we've done this, we'll now see our recovery options. So to reinstall the current version of macOS onto the new volume we created earlier, you want to select Reinstall macOS, and in this example, we are using macOS Tahoe. However, yours may be a different version of macOS depending on which is currently installed to your Mac. So we're going to select Continue, and then you want to go ahead and follow the installation guide. So again, we're going to select Continue. Now we just need to read and agree to the license, and then we want to select Agree. And now this is the important part. Here you see the two different volumes that are currently installed to your Mac. What we need to do is to select the new volume we created earlier, and in this example it's called test volume, and once you've selected it, you want to select continue. Again, we want to select the user profile that we want to use for that volume, so I'm going to select mine, and we also have the options to copy account settings to the new volume, so you want to select or deselect this option, and then once you're ready, you want to select install. You will then be prompted to connect your Mac to a power source, as the installation process can take a while, so once you've done that, you want to select continue. And then you need to enter in the admin password for that user account, and once you're ready, you want to select OK. You then need to enter in the account password that you are going to assign to this version of macOS, and then select continue. Now it's going to install a fresh copy of macOS onto the volume we created earlier, and this can take a couple of hours, so you want to make sure you have enough battery and come back later when it has finished. So all we need to do now is to run through the setup process of macOS just like we would on a brand new MacBook. So I'm going to do that now. So just to show you that we have dual booted macOS, the first thing we're going to do is to go back to the Disk Utility application, and when it opens, you now successfully see your test volume in the left hand side menu, and just below that you see the installation of macOS, which again we cannot touch, and below that we'll also see our individual volume for the data we put inside of this version of macOS. And above the test volume, you can see the original version of macOS and its data. If we open the Finder for the first time, on the left hand side menu you'll see your volumes installed here. So you see we have the original macOS hard drive, and above that we can see our test volume, where we can go ahead and access the data from either one of these volumes. So if you want to access the data from the original volume, you simply want to click Macintosh HD, and then you want to go into Users, click on the user you want to access, and here you can see the data. So if we go into the documents for example, you can see the files listed inside of that volume. If you want to boot back into the original volume, then we need to do this through the system settings. To do this, we're going to select the Apple logo in the top left hand corner, and in the drop down menu we're going to select System Settings. Once you're inside the system settings, you want to make sure you're on General in the left hand side menu, and then you want to scroll all the way down to Startup Disk and select that. Here you see all of your volumes listed here. However, to boot into the other volume you want to select it, and then you need to enter in the profile password linked to that volume, and then you want to select Unlock, and now you want to go ahead and select Restart to restart your Mac into the original volume. An alternative way of booting into either one of the volumes is by making sure your Mac is shut down. Then you want to go ahead and boot into the startup options like we did before. So to do that we're going to press and hold the power button, and you want to keep pressing and holding the power button until the text below the Apple logo says Loading Startup Options. Once we are inside the startup options, you should see all of your available volumes. So we're going to select the volume we want, which is the test volume, and then select Continue. And then your Mac will successfully boot into that volume. If you want to delete the volume we have just created, then the first thing you need to do is to open the Disk Utility application. Once you've done this, you want to navigate to the new volume, which is Test Volume. Now, if you only want to delete the data volume, you want to select that. If you only want to install the macOS volume that we installed earlier, then you want to select that instead. However, if you just want to delete the volume entirely, then you want to select the test volume we created earlier, and then you want to select the minus icon above volumes, and then it's going to inform you that you are deleting a volume group, which obviously includes the installation of macOS and the data that we just discussed. So once you've read through this and you are happy to delete it, you want to select Delete. This will take a few seconds, and once you've done it, you want to select Done. So now we've done this, we can exit out of Disk Utility and start using our Mac just as we normally would. And that's it. So if this video is helpful, please leave a like, and if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below.